Alright, let's jump into the Gigantoraptor's abilities and how they work. Alright, so as you notice, the Gigantoraptor can move across land at a relatively high speeds, which is really nice. Another mobility ability it has is to kind of like the terror bird. You can jump and you can kind of hover as you go forward, but you can't change direction while doing this. So you're kind of limited. Right, but it's a nice way of traveling. If you jump off something high, or if you need it, you can hit it right before you hit the ground. The Gigantoraptor does take fall damage, so be careful with falling too far with this guy without being able to flap the wings. Alright, so as you can see, as far as mobility goes, the Gigantoraptors are actually really decent swimmers. So, yeah, they swim pretty well, better than Therizino and most other land dinos, so that's really nice. They're really fast even in the water. Another ability that Gigantoraptor has is if you use the crouch button, he'll do a little chirp, kind of roar thing, and if you see, now you can see all the those little pacifier symbols around. That's going to be babies in the area. So now I can see all the babies kind of nearby. So if you're wanting to look for babies to go tame out in the wild, there you go. This could be a great a great way to do that. Alright, so another ability these Gigantoraptors have is to, if you come up to them, you would notice you can pluck a feather. Alright, now the feather goes on cooldown for 24 hours. Pretty self-explanatory there, but what do these feathers do? Let's pluck a few more and find out. Let's just walk up and pluck one of these butt feathers here. Alright, we got your butt feather. Now let's go and check them out. If we go into our inventory, you can see we have feathers, and you can see this one has a plus sign on it, this one has a lightning, and this one's a fist. This is going to be melee, stamina, and health feathers. So if you hover over them, they pretty much say what they are. A feather plucked from them, it gives the baby a 74% chance to inherit a higher health stat from its parents. Now this isn't explained very well. Is it 74% on top of the chance it already has? If not, then this is basically giving a 24% chance, so a better chance. I imagine that's what it is. I imagine this chance from the feather overwrites the chance of a baby being born with the parent stats. So it's more likely to be born with the parent's health stat with this one. Alright, this one gives a 74% chance for stamina. And this one gives a 73% chance for melee. But how do you use the feathers? We'll go ahead and put a feather in the female. I believe it has to be in the female, because the females are the ones that lay the eggs. And we'll go ahead and put a feather in the male. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so this gig is about to give birth, so we're going to jump into the inventory. And we're going to watch what happens when it gives birth. How this should work is, yeah, when it gives birth, it uses the feather. So there we go. So the female uses the feather, and now that baby has a higher chance of being born with that stat. Alright, and if we check, the father still has his feather. Alright, so now we're going to see when this baby is born, if the father's feather gets used. Fairly certain it's only going to be from the females, but that could be wrong. And so we just, why not test it and find out, right? Alright, we'll jump ahead here. Alright, so this baby's about to be born, so we're going to check out the father and watch the feather and see if he consumes it. And nope. So the feather has to be on the female to consume it. So there we go, now we know. Okay, I wanted to throw a taming trip into this video that Raven6 made me aware of. So as you can see, I have a Gigantoraptor here. Okay, there's the baby. Alright, as I said before in the if you've seen my taming video, you'll know that if you kill the parent, you can't tame the baby. But there's an exception to that. The parent dies, but you have a Gigantoraptor already, you can just come up and use the imprint ability to claim it. I think the taming effectiveness is a little bit less by doing it this way, but it's definitely a way to do it. Now, another thing I've seen is a lot of you are wondering about the Gigantoraptor's breeding ability. Can they breed? The answer to that question is, let's see. Yes, they can. This one will be ready to mate in 1 hour and 17 minutes. So they can most definitely breed. Alright, for the next Gigantoraptor ability we're going to go over, it requires a saddle. So you need to craft a Gigantoraptor saddle and put it on. And if you notice, the saddle has 2 hanging baskets off the side of this. This works similar to the Migwing baskets, where you, right? So we can put babies in there. Well, what happens when you put babies in there? Well, let's find out. Alright, so we've hatched a couple of tickle chickens. Oh, we got twins. Oh well. We'll do the... Go ahead and claim the tickle chickens. We'll leave the one unclaimed, just for this testing purpose here. Okay. And then we can just get the Gigantoraptor nearby. And then we have the left and right baskets here. And we can just put the dinosaur in the left and right baskets. Now, right, so the only thing that matters about getting the babies into the basket for the Gigantoraptor is that the babies are a lower level than the Gigantoraptor, however you say. Anyway, yeah, so they need to be a lower level, and that's pretty much it. Let's find out if the Gigantoraptor can nurture water babies. I doubt it, because they would have to get out of the water, but you never know. And yeah, no, okay, definitely not. Alright, so the only dinosaur I have found so far that cannot be picked up by the Gigantoraptor are the Gigas and the Carchards. Rhinognatha's, Brontos, everything else can be, so it's not drag weight. It's supposed to have to do with level, but yeah, this Giga's not above the level of this Gigantoraptor. I just made sure of that, right, so I can do the testing. Another trick to show you with a Gigantoraptor is, if you notice, the babies this one wants to cuddle with me, and this one wants to go on a walk with me. Now, whether they are in the Gigantoraptor's baskets or on the ground near the Gigantoraptor, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going to kind of go over here, away from that baby. This should be too far for it to change the imprint. If it works this far away, it's kind of crazy. So let's give it a try. I'll do a roar, and sure enough. Wow, that wasn't... So it looks like the range for a changing imprint is really big. That's not ideal, really. Alright, so we're running some tests on these Gigantoraptors to see how well they take care of the babies below 10%, right? So far, neither of them are doing a great job. One of them is feeding, so I'm still trying to test why that is, why it's feeding one and not the other, and why this one isn't feeding this one at all. Alright, so we're going to keep looking into that and see what's going on there. But this baby Therizino has about had it. I don't think it's going to survive. Yeah, and even though this Gigantoraptor has meat and berries on it, it is not feeding this Therizino. And this Therizino has been in its basket for quite a long time now. As you notice, it has a really high food stat. And there it goes. Poor baby just died. Alright, so this Gigantoraptor is not trustworthy for taking care of babies below 10%. Alright, so after some more testing, I found the way to get the Gigantoraptor to feed the babies. Right, this Gigantoraptor is not a passive feeder. If you want the Gigantoraptor to feed your babies up to 10%, the trick is you have to be killing things actively with a Gigantoraptor for it to feed your babies. It can't just have food in its inventory. Alright, so now that we know about feeding the babies with a Gigantoraptor, there's another thing they can do once you have a baby in their saddle. So we're going to go ahead and claim this Rex and show you. Alright, but there's an issue with this as well, so we want to show you that as well. Alright, so let's see. We'll start with this Gigantoraptor here. Alright, we're going to put the Rex in its basket. We're going to hop on. So if you notice, on your hotbar, on the left side and on the right side, will be boxes for each of your saddles. I only have one dino in here, so you only see the one on the left right now. That says Imprinter Mismatch. If you're getting this, there's a reason for that. So let me show you. So we'll kick the Rex out that I imprinted on. Alright, we looked in the Rex's inventory. It shows Camway is the imprinter. Alright, if we look at this bird, it was forced, tamed, responded, whatever you want to say. Anyway, you notice there's no imprint on it, right? So if your tribe mate, a different tribe mate has imprinted on their dino or anything like that, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get imprinter mismatch. What it's looking for is this. You have to be imprinted to the Gigantoraptor that you want to use to imprint your baby dinosaurs. So now you'll notice that my basket symbol here on the left, since the Rex is on the left, it was on the right, it'd be on the right. It says resting 04, and it's going down. When the blue bar drops down, the Rex is going to be looking for nearby creatures to kill. And if you notice, it says level 90 plus in the stopwatch symbol above, on the left side above resting. What that means is the Rex is looking for dinosaurs that are over level 90 to kill. It wants to kill over level 90 dinosaurs. We need to go out, find some. Once we find some, the Rex will alert us to its location. And of course, this is the island, so it may take us a while to find a level 90 dinosaur. Okay, now if we notice, there's a red box with a filled up where now it says bonding, and it's starting to drain. Alright, so what that's doing is, the Rex has spotted a level 90 dinosaur somewhere. So we can spin around, look for it, and there. You see the skull with the two swords through it? That's the level 90 dino it wants us to go kill. Alright, well we've got just about everything in this area mad at us. Got a couple of babies stealing from us. Alright, there we go, we got it. And so now we've killed it, you can see 1 out of 4. So we have to do this 4 times. Right now it's in its resting phase. While it's in its resting phase, it doesn't want to kill anything. Alright, so now we gotta move around and see if we can get to something else that's level 90. While it's resting, we can find something else level 90. That'll immediately want to fight that. So there probably aren't a whole lot of level 90s in this area, so we'll move on. We definitely don't want it wanting us to kill one of these other modded dinos on here. Oh, it'll take a little while. Oh, it's resting. It's gone all the way down. It's looking. It's found something for us to kill. Dang. What does it want us to kill? Oh, something small. Is that a level 90 Dilo? Oh yeah, luck is with us. Alright, we got it. That puts us at 2 of 4. Alright, so we just gotta do this 4 times. Right, but what happens if you're somehow not able to find a dinosaur in time and your bonding timer runs out? Let's find out. Okay, the Rex has found something it wants us to kill. But what if for some reason it's too scary to kill, it has too many hit points or whatever, you don't think you can kill it in time before the timer runs out? This is a very unlikely scenario, but this could happen. Oh, maybe something happened in the house. You had to put your, you had to run away from a game for a second and take care of something else. So, I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's giving us a long time, so we're going to skip ahead here. Just describing that just kind of explaining this is a very unlikely scenario, but we're going to go ahead and see what happens if this scenario does occur. And if for some reason you feel something is too tanky or too dangerous to kill with your Gigantoraptor, and the bonding is going to fail, you can always just shotgun it until it's almost dead, and then run up and kill it with a Gigantoraptor. You don't have to do 100% of the damage with a Gigantoraptor. Alright, let's jump forward. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the bonding timer has run out, and that's just a really bad signifier that they have added to the game if it doesn't do anything. It doesn't seem to have caused any issues, so let's find out. Let's go ahead and kill whatever this is. An Oviraptor? Oh, the Rex wants to eat an Oviraptor. Alright, let's get him an Oviraptor. If I can. He's in a really weird spot. Alright, we got it, and it counted. So, apparently there is no time limit. It's just random. I think it's tied to a mechanic that's not currently functional. I think that's what's going on. So at the moment, we don't have to worry about running out of bonding time. Alright. Now let's take our big chocobo somewhere else and see what else we can do here. Let's go bond again. Whee! You can just hold A down and you fly. You go pretty far. You don't really drop that much. Alright, better get lower to the ground so we can find something to eat. A dodo! Oh, thank you, Rex. That's an easy one. Boom! And we're bonded. It said 0% imprint for some weird reason. It should be a 30% imprint if you're on official servers. So it should be it's basically giving you an extra imprint bonus. Okay, so right now we have an Allo Parental Pride bonus going on. I have 8% damage increase and 4% experience increase. Basically what this is you see we're riding it. We have 4 out of 25. For every stack we gain on our Gigaraptor here, we gain an increase of 2% damage and 1% experience per stack gained. Alright, well, the way of building this up is having your bonded dinosaurs kill stuff while near the Gigaraptor. So let's say we had 4 Rexes bonded to this Gigaraptor, and we were running around killing everything, killing all kinds of stuff with those 4 Rexes. We could get this potentially up to 25, which would give us a 50% extra bonus damage for the Gigaraptor. Nothing amazing. Gigaraptors are kind of strong, but not that strong. So, yeah. So, it's not an amazing ability, but hey, it's something, right? This thing's got so many abilities going on for it. So Alright, but what about the bond? Alright, so now if we notice, the Rex has a 10% damage resistance for having adopted the love. Alright, some people say you can also get a 5% melee in here. I'm not really sure how you get that yet. If I figure it out, I'll make a community post for that. Alright, this 10% bonding bonus sounds really good, right? Especially if you put it on like a stego or something like that, and then you apply like a Uti buff, the saddle, the cake, the already resistance the stego has, and you go soak some turrets with it. It would also be really good for boss fighting, right? Have just a whole bunch of boss fighters fighting Rexes that all have that resistance on them. So the trick with that 10% damage resistance on the Rex is that, or whatever you have bonded to the Gigantoraptor, it has to be relatively close to the Gigantoraptor for it to count. Alright, if you get very far away from the Rex, and in our situation, the Rex, any dinosaur you have bonded, really, if the Gigantoraptor isn't close enough, they won't get that 10% boost. So it might make it a little bit harder to use in PvP, because the Gigantoraptor is going to obviously be focused first to get rid of the buff of the bonded dinos around it. So keep that in mind. But it is still a really nice boost, especially for PvE, and, you know, and also for soaking dinosaurs. I mean, you're already using a Uti. Players target the Uti. It's no different, really. So yeah, it's a nice automatic 10% damage reduction. Now, if you'll notice, okay, let me go into first person view here. And if you notice, the Rex, now its juvenile, has a feeding trough symbol. So the Rex is now feeding from the inventory of the Gigantoraptor. But remember, before they hit juvenile, they don't actually feed from the Gigantoraptor unless you're actively on the Gigantoraptor killing stuff. So make sure you keep food in your baby's inventory. You're still going to have to hand feed if you don't want to actively be out killing stuff while raising babies. And maybe that's a glitch. Maybe that's not supposed to be how it is. And maybe Wildcard will patch that when they have time. Alright, just to show you the buff. We brought out the Rex. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. So I was going to show you this to show you how the stacks work. So we got 25 of 25 stacks because we killed an Alpha Raptor. Alright, so it just happened to be here. We killed it. But if the Rex were to kill anything else, we would have gotten stacks maybe one at a time, maybe based on the levels. Since we got an alpha, it went ahead and gave us 25/25. Alright, so we'll go ahead and show you this real quick. Now we have all full stacks. We have 50% damage bonus and 25% endurance increase, and a 10% movement speed increase. Because so when this switches over to Fury, you get a 10% movement bonus. Otherwise, you just get a 50% and 25% here. What happened? Well, usually what causes this is your bonded dino dying. It looks like maybe the raptor doing enough damage switched into this. So now we're mad because the raptor was dealing damage. Alright, but you'll notice that we now have a red glow coming off of the Gigantoraptor, where before there was a yellow glow coming off of the Gigantoraptor. Alright, when it's yellow, there's no extra movement speed. When it's red, we get the extra movement speed. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.